Hi, this is Ray, and I'll tell you what I see. I see a lot of different things going on, and I think that you could talk about an interesting perspective. And it's an interesting conversation, too. Similar to straight and narrow is the path which leads to life, and few there are who find it. Wide and well-traveled is the road that leads to destruction, and many there are who travel that road. When people believe in Jesus Christ, they could be talking about their own personal interests, because Jesus Christ wants this person to ask. Jesus Christ wants this person to seek. And Jesus Christ says this person is going to receive and find, and that if this person knocks, that the door is going to be opened to them if you believe in Jesus Christ. And so what I notice is that there's something about people's motivations. Because, well, if you look at, for instance, so there's Winona Ryder and this thing that went on with Winona Ryder at the department store. And there's Sugar Ray, believe it or not, Sugar Ray and Ray McGrath and Mark McGrath and Sugar Ray and all this stuff. If there was something which I was going to say about Sugar Ray, okay, for me, that's what I keep saying is that I don't think that they came up with this whole thing about Ray McGrath. If there was a movie, just like a story with Ray McGrath and Sugar Ray and Mark McGrath, it would be that they're trying to turn me into a homosexual or something, because that's the thing which I still have to research more to find out the entire story of what that would be. But I'm saying no, and I don't want to do this one about Sugar Ray's, homosexual Japanese man or something. No, absolutely not, And here's what it is. It's that people and their relationship with Jesus Christ, or their motivations, that's based upon Jesus Christ in some cases. But when you start coming up with your ideas about other people, that doesn't mean that you're going to be justified by that same spirit of faith or believing, because that's one reason why a person might end up in an insane asylum. For instance, if there was an insane asylum, okay, now who's in the insane asylum? Because there's one person and they might be talking about their motivations, like Ray is looking for a girlfriend on the internet, right? So what does that equal? And if you say, I think that Ray should become a homosexual, now what does that equal? You see? Because Ray is not going to go to an insane asylum that he's interested in the opposite sex, or that he's got memories of his ex-girlfriend, or that he cares about his sister. Because this guy would be sitting there, and it's not that difficult to identify with somebody like that. But you see what I mean? So we need to stop trying to take this guy out of the ring, just because he would be very easy to identify with that person. And this other one, if you wanted, is there ever such a thing as somebody? Theoretically, yeah. And because they lose touch with reality and they don't make sense, and they're talking about other people and they don't make sense, and they just keep going at the same thing. Like, no, Ray has to become a homosexual. And it actually it turned this person ended up in an institution because they're following along with this conversation about somebody else's life or something. And so, do we ever just notice that there is an answer to the question, that you could identify with somebody who's talking about their own wants and needs,